discussion is trends and demands of the industry today. The rapid rise of digitalization and pandemic has forced organizations to reevaluate, reimagine, and reorganize the way we conduct business. These changing times have not only fostered the adoption of digital technologies, but have also swiftly boosted the shift to remote or hybrid work models. All of this has impacted the workforce and their ability to excel. It has also led to business losses, the great resignation, and the need to upskill to stay relevant and address the evolving global circumstances. Consequently, to be present for the future job market, one needs to be aware of the latest trends that endure today's unpredictable and challenging times. To discuss the same, we have with us an eminent panelist. The first panelist sharing their evocative perspective is Mr. Nitin Johnson, Lead Campus Hiring, Talent Acquisition Group, Tata Consultancy Services.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Firstly, I would like to welcome all the esteemed panelists with whom I am sharing the seat today. The panel is a very empowered panel, and I'm sure they're going to bring out different facets here today for the discussion. A very hearty welcome to all the students. And when I entered, I felt responsible. But when I saw the parents sitting in the void, I felt passionate. So today in the discussion, if you see flow of emotions, likewise, please know the reason behind that. I'm sure every parent who's sitting here has empowered every student who's sitting beside them and provided them with a seat of not management, but altogether a seat for freedom of thought and action. You are sitting on a freedom of thought and action that will change your 2 years from now. These parents have gone through a lot of fears, disruptions, and challenges, dreams, to see themselves where they could not see themselves but see you seated next to them. So hats off to all the parents who are sitting here. When I'm talking about freedom of thought and action, which each of the management student has occupied here, I'm resounded by the words of 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐧𝐝𝐬, who's always been an inspiration for me. He thought this poem, which was in 𝐃𝐞𝐦𝐬 as the number 35 poem, for the freedom of nation of India, but I see a freedom of thought and action and liberation for students who are sitting in front of me, because that is exactly what management is all about. I would be able to resound his few lines. It goes, where the mind is held without fear, where the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where there are no dispersions or disparities due to meager discords, where every truth is resounded by the words of thought, where thought is guided by reasoning and not mere habits. Into that medium or into that thought of action and liberation, help my Father to liberate. Take me to the freedom of heaven. And this exactly is what the panelist is going to do for you today. I have a very provocative panel who's sitting here. I have 3 resounding panelists who are here, and let me introduce them to you with the kind of expertise that they bring on this platform today. Post-COVID has changed what the industry requires today. It requires just 3 things out of you all, or for that matter from the management group. It requires first a strategist. Strategist who can strategize himself to become marketable. And for that I have Nitin, who will be talking about the required skill set to be in the forefront. The second is I will talk about is an entrepreneur. Today we are not looking out for jobs, we are looking out for creators of jobs, even if you are doing a job. So that beauty is resounded by Ashav, who is the founder and a CEO, And lastly, I have with me a very, very powerful asset to the entire medium today here, and that is 𝐃𝐞𝐦𝐚, who will be a philanthropist, a motivator, and a counselor and a coach who will guide the students as to what is going to come in future and how to handle it. So with this, I have had my discussions with each of these panelists in words, thoughts, ideas, listening. So this panel has been created after a lot of discussion. I still, yesterday afternoon, almost like 45 minutes, I was in discussion with 𝐃𝐞𝐦𝐚 on what and why and what we need to discuss today in the panel. And I would also like to say that the different ideas vibrating in thoughts have been segmented or sedimented by Professor Kapoor, who helped me in the morning half an hour to just structure the discussion today. So I'm grateful to each one of you, and any mistakes taken is a learning. So on this note, let's begin the discussion. So my first question maybe goes out, will be a maybe generic question. We keep it as a discursive mode so that where and where you feel comfortable, you can please contribute. So this arena of corporate business has changed. We are talking about the changes and the trends in business today. So post-COVID, we realized that we become an app economy. The consumers have become very, very aggressive. They are no more your loyal customers. Infidelity in customers has come up because they know if one thing is not provided by something, I go back to the other. So the entire aspect of consumerism, capitalism, the I word has come in the forefront for consumers. So can you please highlight as to what do you see as the changing trends post-COVID that has made the entire football ground evolve and change? Especially post-COVID, in terms of maybe the consumers, maybe technology, maybe legacy systems moving away. So how has things evolved, changed, transformed post-COVID in the business setup? So,
few points. And first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity. So what you just mentioned, we have already is that okay right now? Should I take it up? So, my two cents here. We have already been in an era of social consumerism. But what we have seen now is during COVID is that we have catapulted into it with a very strong push. We have so many million consumers who are already online, purchasing online. 𝐍𝐢𝐭𝐈𝐧, 𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷, so many examples are there. But now we've seen a sudden shift in the way that the consumers are bouncing on these kind of apps. Like we've completely become technology-based, app-based, and there we see that the consumer today has they want everything done at the click of the finger. So they want everything at their doorstep. They don't want to step out. They want to be choosy. They want to give it back what they don't require. And at the same time, it all should happen at the click of a button and with their own preferences intact. So we've seen that and we're already experiencing it. And though it may sound overwhelming, but I think each one of us is adopting to it very well because that is the need of the hour at the moment. So that is where I see the social consumerism part go ahead a lot. Of course, and we've seen a lot in artificial intelligence, we're talking metaverse, we're talking cryptocurrencies. So these are again those factors and those things that are taking the economies ahead now. So with those thoughts, we see that shift now going from the age that we came from, very slow and we would just bahar jate the, saman khareedte the. But now things have absolutely shifted 360-degree turn, and now we get used to it and demanding more of it. Demanding more of it. On the technology side, I think within and we'll be able to add more to it. So this was my sense for now.
Thank you so much. Nitin, in terms of technology into the foray of business, could you highlight as to how it is changing
added to this discourse which you had used one word, which was infidelity. So that is the whole sense here. I mean, infidelity, or to use a more simpler term, ease of business or ease of availability of resources is what driving customers needs that so-called infidelity. Because it is not the era where you are loyal to one particular brand or one particular product. It is today what we are seeing is that people need their deliverables on an immediate basis. We have an app called as a which delivers apps in a person, which delivers products in 10 minutes probably. I think that is the patience level of the consumer. Now, where technology comes in, because technology is a very important aspect of this, because everything is written in this app economy mode. We said we call it as gig economy, or probably at least gig economy. That's what we call it. So everything is driven by technology, because the core of this entire economy is based on technology, how proficient you are in technology. Because, for example, let's say an app called as Neetu, you get our everyday. What do they do? What do they need? They do not need a huge infrastructure. They just require a working model, an internet connection, a laptop, and they can run their business. So that's where technology helps, advance these kind of gig economies, so to say, to further the course of Indian economy.
So what comes out is that aggression, change, technology is the next big word after COVID for management. So Ashav, if I were to talk more from the perspective of a CEO and a founder of an organization, how challenging do you think, or how opportunist do you think are you in this newer world after COVID to exist? Has it given you more opportunities, more challenges, and in what ways?
Thank you everyone. Thanks for having me here. Kind of going through mixed emotions because I feel all happy, lucky. I'm not here. Lucky because I've got a management student and I'm still sitting as far as I'm initiating a management batch. Happy because I always wanted to be a management student. In my heart to be a engineer, my brain to be a management. I always wanted to be one, but never really reached there. Maybe sometimes the time was not right, sometimes the circumstances were, but never really reached there. But I'm happy because all of you are there at the right time and the right point. So congratulations to all. Talking about this topic, I think it has been more challenging now because, and it has been more challenging since 2019 because even before this wave started, COVID, there were a lot of startups and entrepreneurs coming up. And India as a country was moving towards from the big shops of TCS and to the small shops. Everybody was trying to have their own business. People were moving away from being part of the bigger companies, giving away their freedom and do something at their own. That's what the trend that went up. And COVID came in, suddenly shattered a lot of dreams because even if you try doing that, a lot of finance and a lot of capacity was required to hold your business together, right? Which maybe kids from younger age or early startups or early entrepreneurs did not have. So they gave up in the last 1.5 years. Right? But that somehow has started picking up again. So the finances are still low overall across the world. But still people are back to the place where there are no more, though money is one of the driving forces for everybody, but still people are, or even kids coming out of college are more focused towards independent freedom and independent activity. Right? So now keeping companies together is becoming a challenge for sure because whatever you want to do, there's a freelancer sitting at home who wants to do the same thing at a much lower cost. Right? It's definitely challenging.
So the play field has become very competitive, challenging, and only the survival of the fittest is what is going to take the next lead. So from this, I pick up my next question. business is survival of fittest. Is survival the fit test? Is surviving the only test of being in a business world today? And if yes or if no, what are those parameters that are required to be fit in the business right now? For the students, I want to again rephrase my question. It is that what these students need to be aware that for business to survive today, what is it that is required?
Running a business from last couple of years, I think there is one thing that we have learned for sure, that is being adaptable is one thing that you have to have moving forward. Whoever you are, whatever you do, whatever your skill set is, you have to be really flexible wherever you are. You have to have been wearing multiple hats, do multiple things, good at multiple things, and thus be adaptable because the circumstances come. You cannot stick to your policies, your technologies, your processes anymore. You really have to be agile, right? Because things suddenly change in 6 months. Everybody is at home. 6 months everybody is in office. 3 months everybody is sick. How? You cannot be in control of the business, right? So you really have to keep adapting to everything that is coming your way, and then handle a problem. That is the key thing that you need.
So I think flexibility and adaptability are two things that students need to keep their foresight on. Anything that Nitin you would like to add on?
Yeah, just to add on what you just mentioned, I think including adaptability, I think we use a buzzword called as upskilling. Okay, so we use this in our technical parlance in our organization generally. So what students today do is they restrict themselves. Okay, they, for example, I do not go out to Bangalore. That is my space. I work there. So you are missing out on opportunities in Mumbai, right? Or any other location. Similarly, let's say HR balance, I will be working with you. Recruitment is just one of the many functions of HR that is there. Whoever is maintaining HR will know that. So, but if you say that I will become a specialist in one aspect of business, aspect of HR, aspect of technology, you become obsolete very soon. So, in order not to become obsolete, what you have to do, you have to keep upskilling yourself. It is more like, uprooting yourself from a set environment and moving towards something which is not your forte. But that is very important for your own personal growth, and that helps the companies grow as well. So upskilling is very important, and having an open mind. Wherever I go for interviews, I just tell my interview and bring this points. Because what does this one do? Consultants. So that is what is expected out of a CEO and everybody when you work in this industry.
So the keywords that emerge are open-mindedness and upskilling. Deepika, if you would like to add your keywords as a note to students.
So what Nitin rightly said, and to add to that, I think what he said, upscaling, and I think one needs to be definitely flexible in the mind that can't have a fixed notion कि मैं यही करूँगा सारी ज़िंदगी यही करूँगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा. Because अगर आपने आज ये सोच बना ली तो वो आपकी ज़िंदगी भर की सोच बन जाएगी. So you can't fix your mind to that. You have to keep it open, you have to keep it flexible, and you have to know that you have to keep upgrading your skills. We've spoken about this in the morning, Mayam also touched about it, and you have to keep upgrading your skills. It's not that aage 2 saal ka MBA program karke ja rahe ho, it is something that you set your life for. So it is not just about, a 2-year program in your parents are putting in their hard-earned money or हमने इतनी मेहनत कर ली फिर भी कुछ नहीं हुआ. These are all stories. So you will have to do whatever it takes, and it has to be done by taking it as your own personal responsibility. You can't put the blame. You can't pass the buck. You can't say कि college में भी ये हुआ नहीं. My faculty was not there. She was on leave or he was not there. I mean, all these would end of the day will all be excuses which will hamper your own growth. So take that personal responsibility. Upgrade your skills and keep moving ahead as time goes.
Very beautifully culminated. Students, so far we have discussed as to what are the trends in the business and what do you think are the requirements as students to be able to move on to this trend. So very likely and very wisely said, one was adaptability, flexibility, open-mindedness, upskilling and taking personal responsibility for what you are. Now the second phase of this group discussion is another very important phase, especially for the students, and it is student-centric phase which I would like you to all focus upon. This phase of discussion will be talking about how to handle this management era of the next 2 years that you will be going in, as to what is the thought perspective that you need to develop. In the discussion so far we've had, and something that we discussed with Ms. Deepika yesterday for almost like 30 minutes, we were talking about character building, people development, human capital, employee happiness. Attitude is a choice, respect is a choice. All choices that we make as humans are our own choices and define us as humans. To talking about as to what kind of humans we need to be knowing or to be into a business world which is so dynamic, let's discuss about it. So my next arena of questions would ponder on the fact that what as students in terms of personality and character building that they need to work upon to be able to be successful citizens, professionals and at the end of the day, good human beings on this planet Earth. What do you think as people initiatives, as people movement, as characters of the entire personality that we are going to be maybe in 2 years from now, what do you think are the most important factors of human development that these students need to embark from this new journey of 2 years? Ashav, yeah, please.
I think there are a lot of courses around the world, right? We take BSc, commerce, professional law courses, all these courses basically put you to a domain, specific domain, right? They teach you about theoretical knowledge of specific domain. MBA is probably the only course which tells you about soft skills and upskilling yourself as a person. Common management of yourself and things around. Only goes through. And I'm sure everybody who has been in the industry and business understands that at the end of it, the only skill that you need to survive in any business is an individual skill and managing skills around you. Right? These are actually built-in common sense things, but when told to you theoretically, you learn them. Of course, there are more theories which come along. But so you are fortunate to be part of this course, and if you are here, learn it pretty well, because this is what is going to help you along the line. Not just getting a job or not just getting into influence or getting into a good profile. What it will actually teach you is how to be good and strong as a person and handling things around you. That's the key. As professional traits that you need to develop and that you will need along the way, I think I personally believe in only two traits. And one is calmness. That is very important in anything you do. Calmness is very important. Whatever may be the scenario around you, whatever may be the situation, how calm you can stay will help you decide or make the right decision basically. Otherwise, your decisions will get impacted because of the aggression which you do. And the second is persistence or perseverance. Right? Basically, when you target for something and you moving towards something, how strongly do you believe in it, and how long can you hold that path? Right? Not giving up and staying on that path are the two key things I think that will take you a long way. And two qualities that if you develop, you will never forget. I think those are the key points that I will.
So calmness and perseverance. Very beautiful alignment. Neetu, if you would like to add.
I think I'll add on one more point to that. I think street smartness is also very much important. You cannot get restricted by the domain you are a part of. I am again using this word restricted or restrictions because it is very important. When Mayim was doing this frequency, I think he asked how many people are already having restrictions. So, just a small example, those people with industry experience or have worked here, have you filed income tax return? Do you know how to file income tax return? It will not be taught anywhere, right? Unless you are a CA or but it is a mandatory information that every professional should have. Why? Because you are paying tax to the government. You are earning salary or paying tax. So why do you need to file income tax return? That is something that everyone should know. So that is not restricted to you. Maybe you do marketing or finance or HR or sales or operations, and nobody will teach you how to file income. And this is just an example of example. So you need to be street smart. You need to understand what the trends are. Just by reading that economic section of Times, you will not help you. You need to read and read more. I think that's right.
Street smartness and multiple upskilling, and be ready to work on any assignment no matter what. It is a course of learning. Very beautifully said. Deepika, now your words of wisdom.
So, first of all, I would like to congratulate again all the parents and all the students for making it here. And the students who have gone through the various rounds of interviews and been selected here. So it's a major accomplishment. And obviously it is a matter of pride for parents. Now what I want to add here and address each student is the fact that you need to own up the responsibility of your own life. You can't pass the buck, like I said before. If you have that enthusiasm in you, if you have that sense of responsibility in you, it will lead you to success, no matter what, no matter which subject you pursue. And it is not just about these 2 years, it is about your life. And also, very importantly, what I feel is the character that you're building yourself. The values that your parents have given you, what lies inside you, is absolutely critical. But don't again say मेरे घर में तो ये नहीं सिखाया, because अब आप बड़े हो गए हो, आप खुद सीख सकते हो. So when you take that responsibility in your hands to say that yes, I have a beautiful platform and the opportunity to learn from Lloyd's Business School. My parents have done their best. Now it is for me to make myself proud and for my parents to be made proud of. It is what lies inside you that will actually shine through. So build your character, build your reputation, work hard, keep learning, and don't say that this happened or that happened and I could not do this, because at the end of the day it is only about your life. It is not about कितने grade आए, क्या score आए, मैंने यहाँ से कितने में pass किया, नहीं. आपके कम भी scores हो सकते हैं, maybe for some reason you were not well or you could not score so well, but your potential is unlimited, each one of you. It's not just about the marks, it's not just about 2 years of degree, it is not just about the faculty, it is about you and just you and nobody else. And so it is very important in my viewpoint that you take that onus onto yourself, hold the reins of your life in your hands, take help from faculty, from parents, from friends, from people like us, more than welcome to reach out to us, but just get ahead and make a success. And I know each one of you can do it and you will be able to do it. My best wishes to each one.
So I think on this note, we will close the panel discussion today. Believe in yourself. There is nobody more knowledgeable than you, nobody more talented than you, nobody more capable than you. Just go and explore it for yourself. I would like to thank all the panelists there because all the words spoken were out of a lot of experience, hardships, and from the heart. So I'm very grateful for having taken out time on a busy schedule and a Monday morning blues or a high hectic schedule of a Monday to have taken out for the students and to enrich them. I'm sure it is going to go a long way for them, and wishing all the students a very good luck, and may all of you be successful from the very first day of your management program. Thank you so much.
Lloyd Chronicle is the most engaging and dynamic magazine designed to be the print news center of Lloyd Business School. The Lloyd Chronicle highlights the thorough events that were organized at Lloyd, like International Conference on National Education Policy, International Women's Day, Leadership Summit, 𝐃𝐞𝐦𝐚𝐧𝐝𝐬 Season 6, and IIM Bangalore Academic Collaboration, to name a few. Lloyd Chronicle also provides the students a platform for expressing and nurturing their talents, shaping their intellectual skills, and assist in developing their knowledge and abilities. We are now request our Group Director, Director Admissions, Chief Editor of Lloyd Chronicle, Dr. 𝐓𝐫𝐞𝐬, and Editor Dr. Purnima Malan, to please accompany our guests and panelists to launch the magazine on this